Committee on Public Safety, Judiciary, and Homeland Security. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Kinlock. Commissioner Clemente. Commissioner Basham. Commissioner Scott. Chair Clark Coleman.
Here.
You have a quorum present.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And did everybody sign in?
Yes.
All right, next item.
B, Chairwoman's remarks.
I have none. Thank you.
C, approval of the January 11th, 2023 meeting minutes.
Okay. Anyone? Okay, so we have a motion from Commissioner Clemente. Do we have a second? Are you gonna press that button for second? Okay, second by Commissioner Martha G. Scott. Are there questions on the motion? Hearing none, please vote. Am I automatically voting?
Motion carried.
Okay. Next item.
D, unfinished business. There is none listed. Item 1, under new business, forwarding the January 2023 report on Sheriff's Office overtime costs.
Okay, who do we have here from the Sheriff's Office?
Jerome Pocorni, Sheriff Administration.
You want to speak on this item?
Currently, this is a monthly report that was provided by our Director of Administration, well, not retired Director of Administration, Sumaya Harb. It shows where our overtime is right now. The numbers are actually in the report, but the annual budget for overtime for the sheriff is $8.8 million. As of December 20th, when the report was sent out, actually was sent out in January for December, the actuals posted were 3.2 million, which projects about $12.9 million, 12.8 million, which is in line with fiscal year 22. The reasons are similar to the past reports. We have 359 vacancies as of December. I'm sorry, that's just the police are 359 vacancies. On top of that, we have FMLA, we have the COVID issues, but there is a large focus on recruiting right now. And from what I'm told, we had a very good January of recruiting, so things are trending in the right direction.
I don't have the numbers about recruiting numbers for January, do you?
I don't have those numbers, but I can get them and send them in an email.
Right, so does anyone have, are there any comments or questions from commissioners on this receiving file? Okay, so I have a motion from Commissioner Kinlock. Do I have a second? Receiving file this item. Second by Commissioner Martha G. Scott. No other questions or comments? All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye. I'm sorry. Voting on your pad.
Motion carried. Item 2, requesting commission approval of Amendment 1 to a 3-year contract with 2 one-year options to renew with Acme Supply Company.
Okay, so who do we have here for this one?
Sorry?
Jerome, go ahead.
Okay. The item before you is a renewal contract. Well, it's exercising the 2 years of renewal on the original contract. Acme Supply Company provides clothing for the inmates at the Wayne County jails, green shirts, pants, orange shirts, pants. This will be a 2-year renewal, taking us to 2025, getting us to the new CJC.
Commissioner Basham.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Who controls the mics in here? Because it's not the speaker, but the mic is extremely loud at the speaker's podium. Yes, ma'am. No, it's not that. It's not that. The mics, is that what we're talking about?
You did mention, I did get an email from Tim saying that he apologized for the problem that we're having and indicated that there would be someone here.
Could give us earplugs or something. Thank you.
I'll back away. I tend to project.
Okay, are there any questions from Jerome on item number 2? And this is an approval. So hearing none, I have a motion from Commissioner Kenlock, second from Commissioner Basham. If there are no other questions on it, please vote.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Next item.
Moving to the addenda, item 3. Requesting commission approval of an Adopt a K9 COP Grant Award with AKC Reunite.
Jerome again. Is this you, Jerome? Adopt the dog, the K9?
Yes, I'm sorry. I thought that was item 9 or item 4. Yeah, the Adopt a K9 grant award is also the sheriff's $10,000 award, which we will be using to purchase a new K9. Right now we have 4. This will be able to retire the eldest dog and bring in a new dog.
How old is the eldest dog?
That I do not know, but I can find out.
That was okay. I was just wondering at what age do they retire them? Yes, sir. Commissioner Basham.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I was just at Gorno Ford yesterday, and they still have those. They've been sitting out there for a couple of months, those brand new K9 Wayne County Sheriff's vehicles. Is there a reason that those sports utility vehicles, sheriffs, and a couple of them had K9 on them, are sitting at Gorno Ford instead of Wayne County's?
I have not heard of any reason, but I will look into it.
Thank you very much.
Sorry? Dual purpose. Where is that?
Says,
Should have someone in the Zoom that could probably answer that best. I know for drug enforcement. Oh, I'm sorry. Go on.
Joe seems to have.
Say that could the chair drug and
Anything else, Commissioner Scott? Okay, are there any other questions on item number 3? Hearing none, can I have a motion? Okay, so it's been properly moved by Commissioner Basham and supported by Commissioner Kenlock. Commissioner Scott, you're request to speak. It's off now. It's off. Are there any other questions on item number 3? Hearing none, please vote.
Motion carried. Item 4, requesting commission approval of a 1-year cooperative purchase intergovernmental agreement with the state of Michigan.
Tony, you're on. Morning.
Here we go. Thank you. Tony Guerrero, Chief of Legislation, Grants, and Community Relations for the Prosecutor's Office. Item number 4 is extremely important. We've talked about this at commission meetings and other committee meetings as well. This is essentially the scanning contract so that the prosecutor's office will be paperless in order to move into the new building. They're not making a mistake as to the number of boxes. We have 68,343 boxes of files that will have to be scanned. And it's a very long and tedious process. We're very fortunate that the vendor was approved under a My Deal contract so that we could comply with procurement guidelines. I would strongly urge the committee and the commission to pass this because we can't get started on the scanning until it's been approved by the commission, and hopefully we'll be there on the 16th. However, the only last thing I wanted to mention is it is a 1-year agreement, but there is a window to extend it if we have to.
So Tony, when they scan these files, do they then shred them or do they still keep them?
No, there's a protocol that we have to follow, and I'm glad that you brought that up, Madam Chair. The files that are scanned will then be returned to the prosecutor for us to determine if it is a file that we need to hang on to the paper file or various evidence. Usually we have to hold on to homicide files for decades, but that's the case. We really are going to have to meet the deadlines. That's our primary concern.
Well, you're still going to have a lot of stuff left, even after they scan all of these files.
What'll happen then is, I should have brought in the last part of it, but what'll happen then is that the files that we're not required to keep for appellate purposes will be destroyed, so that the digital file will then become the proper prosecutor's office file.
And when are you anticipating that they will start?
Contract will start upon approval by the commission, and they're all ready to go. We've got boxes lined up, everything all set for the first phase.
Will this be done at the office?
Yes.
Oversight over these files?
No, I want to correct myself. Part of them will be done at our office. Part of them will be done off-site at the secure storage facility where we're going to put the files as soon as they're scanned before they're destroyed. And I think the prosecutors will be happy because right now, if you walk down the halls in our office, you'll just see homicide files stacked one on top of another. But Madam Chair, thank you. I'm happy to answer any other questions on this contract.
Do we have, okay. So Commissioner Clemente.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Okay, so I just want to understand this correctly. You said that they're going to be scanned and there could be some that you need to keep. It could be done in the office or it could be done at a secure location by this company. Who determines the ones that have to be kept? You do. So there's a prosecutor with
Correct.
this company while they're scanning.
Absolutely.
Okay, I just want to make sure that that's
Now,
all.
there's a very strict protocol as far as the handling of the files and who can be present when in fact they are being scanned. But there's a whole lot of lawyer mumbo jumbo that'll go into it, but the end result is if we have a murder file and that's gone to trial, we need to hold on to that sometimes for decades because of appeals that may come up. And if you recall our conversation the other day, we had a situation where nobody knew what the heck to do. But this one, the company is very aware we have to be CJIS compliant, Criminal Justice Institute compliance, in order to be secure.
Thank you. I read a lot of the detail about the procedure. I just wanted to make sure that I understand that correctly. Thank you very much. Thank you,
It's
Madam
pretty
Chair.
tedious.
Thank you. Thank you.
I am, yep. Nope.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Okay, so Tony, so you mentioned that there's a number of files that may, after they've been scanned, have to be kept. And so, you know, we've been having, I guess, at least I know since I've been on the commission, conversations about adequate storage. The administration brought a contract forward in which we're going to, in which they're looking to build out or have some additional storage space designed and then, I guess, built out. My question to you is, based on your review of the types of files that will be scanned, do you have an estimation as relates to the number of files that will actually need to be kept? And has that been placed into your plan, overall plan for storage that you've been communicating with the administration about?
Thank you, Commissioner. The files that we're talking about are the active files in the prosecutor's office at this time. There's going to be another scanning contract that'll probably come through later this year for old files, you know, ones that have been closed and retired and so on. So be aware that that's going to be happening. But I can't give you the exact number, Commissioner, but I do know that our head of homicide and our head of IT answered all the questions from M&B that we received as far as how many boxes were going to be kept. But I don't have that information.
Okay, so what
can
I'm
get it for
afraid
you.
of is that after we've, that, you know, I'm just afraid that we continue to have this conversation ongoing about not enough storage and then consistently having to expend money for storage because we can't get a final adjusted number as it relates to how many actual, you know, how much actual storage space we'll need. Yep, just, you know, I'm saying those will be unanticipated costs, but, you know, how long we'll have to continue to be facing that is, you know, going to be interesting if we can't find, you know, that number.
I can tell you that there's been a trade-off that I believe will work in favor to the county. I don't want to mention the name of the building, but we have a lot of storage, not only the prosecutor's office, but clerk's office and all throughout the county in a building.
The Vigalotti building.
Just on the Near East Side. Getting rid of these files, scanning these files and making them digital will free up space that we have there. And that was one of the goals as well, because the county's been paying rent there for as long as I can remember.
Yes. Yep.
I hope
Okay.
I've answered your question.
Oh, you did. Thank you.
Oh, are there any other questions? I don't see any requests to speak. So hearing none, can I get a motion to approve item number 4? Okay, so I see it's been a motion from Commissioner Kenlock, second from Commissioner Clemente. No. Ashham's light flash, or you didn't want to speak, right?
By the way, this is not a retroactive contract.
Okay. If there are no other questions or comments, we please vote.
Motion carried.
Next item.
F, such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
I've not been informed of any. Item.
Public comments.
Okay, please turn. The Zoom. yeah, the Zoom or telephones and telephones.
The lines are unmuted.
Okay. So at this time, if there's anyone from the public who'd like to make a comment, you may do so at this time. Make a comment via Zoom or through the telephone. You can make it at this time. Is there anyone from the public who'd like to make a comment via Zoom or through the telephone? Please make it at this time. Last call for any comments during public comment. Hearing none. Oh, and Madam Chair, Madam Clerk, do we have any emails?
There are no emails.
Okay. We'll move on from public comment. Next item.
Adjournment.
Properly moved by Commissioner Scott. Do I have a second? Second it. So all in favor? This meeting is adjourned.